Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You wasted your money on some guru's stupid dropshipping course, didn't you? They promised you the recipe to be the next dropshipping millionaire, but you aren't seeing those results, are you? Well, in this video, we'll discuss the things that most of you are doing wrong. Pull yourself up a chair and let's talk about it. My name is TJ Gamble, and I'm the founder and CEO of Jamerson, an e-commerce agency that's been dedicated to helping you get more from your e-commerce store for over 20 years. About as long as many of these drop-shipping gurus have been alive. Unlike them, I'm not here to sell you anything, which is probably why I couldn't afford to rent a Lambo for this video like they did for theirs. I apologize in advance if evidence of wasteful spending is a requisite for you to trust that I know what I'm doing, because I'm not going to provide any. What I am going to do, though, is give you advice that most of these guys are not on building a real e-commerce business. If you want to be educated on e-commerce and help me stop getting comments like this one wondering why our subscriber count is so terrible, then consider subscribing and helping me promote this video by giving it a thumbs up and commenting down below. Dropshipping is hot right now. For good reason. It offers people the opportunity to build a business from home with very little startup costs. When it's done right, it's fantastic. Some of the biggest companies out there utilize dropshipping in their overall strategy as a major source of revenue. Unfortunately, because it's really easy to do, it's also really easy to do wrong. If you're just starting in e-commerce, there's a lot to process and understand, and most dropshipping courses either don't mention it or don't do a great job outlining the importance of these things we're going to discuss. The great thing is, you're in the right place. Let's go over the biggest mistakes I see beginners making. Mistake number one is drop shipping cheap crap from China. Now hear me out for a second. Let me explain. I know reselling things you find on AliExpress while driving a sports car and living in your beach mansion, working by the pool while scantily clad models wander aimlessly around is pretty much the basis for every drop shipper's fantasy. I'm not going to be popular with those lazy folks looking for easy money. Apparently, the only easy money is actually selling you an unrealistic dream of drop shipping millions. There are a few major issues with this model that we'll get into. The first issue is that you have no exclusivity. I mean, big brands always struggle with counterfeit products, and that's illegal. Like, you don't even have that luxury. Drop shippers are always copying what others are doing because that's the laziest way to find out what's being successful. I mean, once they find your ads, and they will find your ads, they can be set up in selling your exact same products to the exact same audience with virtually the same ads, and there's not a thing you can do about it. That creates a problem that most of these gurus have discovered but aren't sharing with you. It's the reason they're selling you a course, because that's more reliable income. If you're wildly successful using this model, it's only going to be short-lived. You spend all that time finding the perfect product, setting up your e-commerce store, and nailing the ad targeting and creative, only to see a dozen competitors flood into that market as soon as it starts producing results. To keep it basic, businesses must have competitive advantages, and this business model has none. The second problem with this model are those shipping times, difficult returns, and your lack of insight into the fulfillment process. I know what you're thinking. I've made the sale at that point. I mean, who cares if it takes a while to get to them? Well, you should. What a lot of beginners don't understand is that customer acquisition costs are expensive. A lot of very successful businesses actually acquire new customers at very little profit or even at a loss. Where they actually make their money is by having an incredible experience, outstanding support, building a relationship with their customers, and turning those customers into ambassadors. Their money is really made on repeat customers and their user base spreading the word. You're not in the e-commerce business. You're in the relationship business. The solution to this problem is to try to build some advantages and to ensure you have enough control of or insight into the process to build relationships with your customers. You can do that by developing your own product or finding a manufacturer or distributor in your own geography that doesn't come with these issues. Now, it's going to take some time to do this, but it also means your work has more shelf life and potential return, so you can actually build a business around it. The second mistake I see just about every dropshipper making is failing to add value to the products they're selling. Please don't tell me you're one of those folks that just downloaded the generic product photos and the poorly written product descriptions from the manufacturer and used that on your website. No, you didn't do that. Of course you are. It's all right. We've all done it. Remember, it's not just about whether someone would buy this product. It's also Why would they buy it from you? You must build trust to get the sale, and you build trust by adding value. If you figured out how to get traffic, but your conversion rates are suffering, well, there's a good chance this is your problem. There are two types of value that you need to focus on creating. There's value to the product itself and value to the transaction. You add value to products by providing information to inform or to elicit emotional response. That information could be as dry as specifications and data, clearly articulating the pain points that this product addresses, or entertaining demonstrations of its usefulness. In other words, order the product yourself and provide as much detail as you can about the product. Photograph every angle, provide every specification, and display every possible benefit. Value to the transaction is about simplifying and mitigating the risk to the consumer. Do you seem like a legitimate company? Do you offer a payment method I'm comfortable with? Can I trust that I'll be able to return the product if it doesn't live up to its lofty expectation? Don't just seem legitimate. Be legitimate. Sure, you may have to deal with some returns. If you aren't lying about the product or selling junk, the reward of increased conversion rates should far outpace the negatives of any returns. And the third mistake is not being authentic or faking it until you make it. You're trying to build trust with your website visitors. Any sign that you aren't being genuine undermines that and costs you sales. That includes everything from copy and features on your website down to the very story you're portraying about yourself. Don't try to appear bigger than you are. Don't try to craft a story of success that you haven't yet achieved. People can see right through that and you lose credibility. Do the opposite. Embrace your story and struggle. Share that along with the challenges and the victories as you progress along your path. Take that to heart in regards to everything you do. Don't do those stupid fake countdown timers to try and create urgency. Nobody's buying that crap. Don't post a bunch of fake reviews or testimonials. They'll just make your site look spammy. Those things are called black hat marketing strategies. If your goal is to build a long-term, reliable business, then you should avoid those in general. Some of those strategies you come across will just be stupid. Some will be against the rules of the platforms you leverage to grow your business, and some will be outright against the law. Just don't take those chances. Not only are these tactics not typically effective long term, but you'll end up spending a bunch of time and money trying to keep up this charade to be something you and your business are not. You'll figure out something to blame your lack of success on. It'll be fine. In reality, though, it was the fact that your customers just don't believe or relate to you. But what do I know? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do not let my opinion be the only one that's heard. Here are some other videos that you may enjoy. Go ahead and click on one of those because we're all done over here. If you enjoyed this and want more e-commerce tips, then consider hitting that subscribe button and helping us spread the word by hitting that like button while you're at it. I appreciate you watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you next time.